Claflin University. I'm a mass communications major. I just graduated last year, so I used to go to Metea Valley High School. I was a wrestler there, did sports, did groups, and I just wanted to come in and talk to you guys about managing your media, because I know that everybody in this room right now probably has, like one or two social networks, right? Like everybody has like, a Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, maybe LinkedIn, maybe you're not there yet. But do you ever think about how much time you really spend on these social networks? Do you ever say like, hey, I'm spending 10 minutes on each of these networks each day, or 20 minutes, or 30 minutes? And I know it's something that you probably aren't thinking about, because when you pull your phone out, it's just as easy to check that as it is to respond to a text. But all that time really adds up. And I'm guilty of it too. I'll check it when I wake up, when I get in my car, when I get out my car, when I feel like I should just, know what's going on around me. But you spend a whole lot of time out there, and all that time really adds up. And I did it myself. I was like, I wonder if I logged every single minute that I spent on these networks, how much time it would be. And it was hours. Like, I did it for 2 days, and I got tired of pulling that notebook out and writing in it. And I just wanted to wonder, like, what are we out here even doing on these networks? Are we producing something for people to see, or are we just spending our time seeing what other people are doing, being nosy, just looking around and not giving our productivity to what we need to do, but instead giving our productivity to seeing what other people are doing? And so that's what I wanted to kind of make you guys aware of, because I heard from another speaker at my college about how when you manage your media, you can be 10 times more productive and you can get more done. And from what I've heard earlier today, it seems like you guys are trying to get your grades up. And I want to encourage you guys to maybe kind of cut out some of the stuff that you guys are spending all your time on, because if you're spending all your time checking other people's tweets, then what are you tweeting about? Or if you're spending all your time looking at other people's pictures, then what are you spending your time taking pictures of? Are you giving your life meaning, or are you just showing other people that you care about what they're doing more than what you're doing? And so I want to challenge you guys to kind of maybe take a little bit less time on your Twitters and on your Instagrams, and maybe bring it back to yourselves. I was guilty of it. I was spending so much time on Twitter. I was like, man, like, who do I look up to? So I was like, I look up to The Rock. The Rock has a Twitter or whatnot, and he's only following 12 people. I was following 200-something people. I was like, if I cut it down, maybe I can be more productive with my life, because he's doing 3 TV shows and whatever events he's doing, and I could be doing the same thing if I'm not wasting my time seeing what other people are doing. So what I did was I cut down my followers, and I was like, let me unfollow everybody that's not adding value to my life, that's not showing me what I should be doing, and is really just wasting time and space on my computer/smartphone. So I got my followers all the way down to about 85. I just unfollowed everybody that's not important, because when you think about the word follower, are you following someone off of a cliff, or are you following someone to greatness? And I think that's important to think about in your high school careers and in your lives right now. So that's really what I wanted to kind of bring to your attention. Are you guys like consumers? Are you consuming everything around you? Are you like just taking in foolishness, nonsense? Are you producing good stuff? Are you producing greatness? Are you guys becoming the lights in your school that Metea Valley probably needs you guys to be? And that's what I really want you guys to think about. Speaking of producing, I'd like to actually switch it over to something a little bit more on topic, because I want you guys to also think about what you're putting out there as you're producing things. I want you guys to be careful of what you're putting out there. I'm not assuming that any of you guys have anything terrible on your social networks. But if you have anything illegal at your age, or not legalized, or something you want legalized, I'm not assuming anybody in this room is, but I know a lot of people are, I'd encourage you guys to take that stuff off right now, because I was talking to a few people that work, that have jobs, that are in the position of hiring people, and they're like, man, I'm seeing a rise in drug paraphernalia, drugs, alcohol, and if it looks like you're partying too much, you won't get a job. And that's just what one of the people I was talking to actually yesterday, she's a head of Metea Valley department, media department. She's like, if I see too much of this partying nonsense and garbage, then you're just not going to get the job. And that's just how it is right now. So, I want to encourage you guys to kind of censor yourself, not really be putting too much of your craziness out there, because you can have fun, and I don't discourage fun, I just discourage you guys putting every single thing that you guys are doing out there. And that's just like a word of advice. I would actually like to switch it over to being more creative now, because you guys are in this room, you guys are in this group. I assume that you guys all want to be successful, get somewhere, and I just want to see what kind of creativity you guys have going on, because I know that I'm a creative person. I'm working on a YouTube channel. I'm working on a media department at a car dealership as an internship. Nothing too great, nothing too fancy, but it's a start. And so I just kind of wanted to turn it over and see if anybody had any stuff that they were doing, that they were being more creative, that they want to see, because the only person that can stop your creativity is you. You can hear anybody tell you what you can't do, but you don't have to listen to them, generally. So I just kind of wanted to know, like, is there anything that you guys are thinking, you know, creative-wise? If you have anything that you have going on. I mean, like I said, I'm starting a YouTube channel just because I want to try something new, try something different, get my, you know, my creations out there and broaden. I know that Markel's out here, he's doing groups, trying to put together his projects, and whatever he has, he's telling people about, and he's going out there and he's making it happen. So I wanted to know, is anybody else in this room being creative right now? Come on, even the smallest idea could grow out to be something tremendous in the future.
Come on, y'all. I know a few of y'all spoke with me about what y'all are trying to do. Don't be shy now.
What you got, man? What's your name?
My name is Aaron.
All right, nice to meet you, Aaron.
I mean, I make music, and I have some younger, like freshman guys there. Some in like two in Indiana and one in Detroit, and like they you know, they come out here for spring break and summer vacation, and they wanna, you know, cause they like the music I make, so they wanna, you know, work and stuff, and like put together a little, you know, want me to work, help them with the projects and stuff, with the mixtape that they put together. And they're real good. They have a lot. They know a lot of people, and they're connected and stuff. I won't say it's a group, but it's like the way I'm working with new people and making new project, working on new projects with people. So I started something small.
All right, well, that's awesome. You never know what that could be. Grow it into something crazy. I think LL Cool J and the Beastie Boys started off in a college dorm room, and now they're all over Def Jam. So it doesn't matter how small you start. You could be anything. Anybody else have any creative ideas? I mean, some fun stuff going on in their lives? Markel, you want to tell them anything?
Well, I'm on the brink of including Granger and both Granger and Hill Middle School here in our group or whatnot, because they're in the middle school, where high school is about to go off to college and everything like that. And I just feel like little kids tend to watch and mimic the things that we do. So if we're being put on a pedestal and we're being looked at, you know, as role models and everything like that, we should be able to, you know, go out in the community or have people watch us and be able to mimic the correct things or whatnot. You know, we can't have these goals but throw them out the window as soon as we, you know, walk out the class and everything like that. And, you know, this group here inspires me because, you know, everybody, like I said before, everybody in this room is a leader, whether you realize it or not. It's within all of us and everything like that. And I just think it's positive if we use all the power that we have here and trickle it down to the, you know, younger generations and the younger students and everything like that. You know, the future is in our hand. You know, what we want to, you know, get to, you know, having African-American teachers in the building, you know, having more success, you know, with homework, you know, goals and careers and everything like that. It starts here. And, I mean, that's what I'm, you know, doing right now. It's just trying to use this, you know, inspiration and the motivation I get from them in the middle schools.
For those of you who don't know, he's doing what we're doing here in the middle school level.
Correct.
So he has a social emotional learning group that he's met with principals, assistant principals, and I didn't tell him to do that. He did it on his own. He came back and told me when he was done. And I was like, you did what? So that's big time.
Yeah, and they're, you know, I have stories or whatever about the kids, but they're dying to meet y'all and everything like that. Really a great group of kids and everything like that. I just hope that, you know, when it's time when we do, you know, interact with them and everything like that, each and every one of us could, you know, take it a step higher and, you know, actually put our goals and everything like that, you know, in our vision or whatnot, and actually show them that they can do it. And if we can show them that they can do it, we can also show ourselves that we can do it also. So that's my, you know, challenge to y'all.
That is amazing. And I want you guys to know that that is actually very next level stuff, because I've talked to some people that I've made connections with on my college campus, and they said, this is what your friend in high school is doing. He's doing college level things, like not even freshman, but sophomore, junior level things right now by instilling these groups in middle schools. And so, but that's just him, you know, he had a dream, he had a vision, and now he's trying to make it happen. And I know each of you guys has a dream or a vision that you'd like to see happen. And I mean, I want you guys to chase it. I don't want you to just think about it and forget about it. I mean, I'd even challenge you, go out, get a little notebook. I have a small book. I didn't bring it with me. But I have every idea that I've had in the last 7 or 8 months inside that notebook that I can either make happen or I can let it go of. But at least I don't forget it. And I want you guys to remember that. So, I mean, go out there, get maybe 2 sheets of paper, even if you don't want to get a whole little notebook. And just, let your dreams kind of grow, because you know a dream deferred is a terrible thing to waste. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. It was very nice to meet all of you. And I just want to thank you for letting me speak at your school.
Okay. Let's get some questions for Dylan. And so as I listen to you, I'm thinking like, wow, you just graduated from Neatwood. So you are them. You guys are the same age. So this could be you all somewhere next year, or he's in college. So my question for you is, how has Neatwood prepared you for your first semester of college?
My first semester was a breeze, just because District 204 is above a lot of other school districts and a lot of levels. I've heard this from a lot of kids. Like, District 204 is a lot harder than a lot of other schools that are out there, from what I've heard from people I go to school with. And it is above a lot of, because you guys are in college preparatory classes, and a lot of freshman year especially are like college level and even high school level classes. So it's been pretty easy for the most part last semester. This semester has been getting a little bit more challenging, just schedule-wise. That's about it.
I have a question for you. With all the things that you've gone through in those 4 years of high school, whether it's setbacks in school or personal or whatnot, or people in the school, how did you manage to keep your end goal, the top priority?
Sometimes you just gotta, like I said, cycle through what you got going on. Like if you're doing too much, maybe you have to cut something out. Or if you need to separate yourself from a certain group of people, then you feel free to do that. But as long as you know where you want to go, you need to kind of push yourself to get there, kind of mediate what you're doing, and just figure out how you can get where you're going. Because I knew that I was going to graduate from high school. And I wasn't the first in my family to go to college, but I knew I was going to college. And so with that being said, I got what I needed to get done. I met with whoever I needed to meet with, and I talked to people. Like, you guys should have relationships with your teachers, Mr. Williams here, or whoever who can push you. And even your friends should be people around you that can push you to where you want to go, not holding you back.
Dylan, how are you managing being completely on your own after living with your parents for your first 18 years or whatever it was?
Well, to that level, being on my own was awesome, but I also knew I wasn't moving back home. So when you put that into perspective, you'll do pretty much anything you need to do. So I didn't party a lot. I stayed in on Friday nights to get work done. I've done that before because I had an online class that I just had to get done. So, it's your time. All colleges is time management. The classes aren't hard. It's what you do with the time between your classes that matters. Like, I know that one of my challenges this semester is I haven't been sleeping a lot. So with that being said, I got to get work done when I'm able to sleep, when I'm able to be awake and alert, so that when I am able to sleep or finally go to sleep, then it'll be done for me when I wake up. So.
You have a question, Phil?
Not that I know of. Like, I didn't think about anything to ask.
I mean, ask him anything. He was just here last year,
Come on, y'all. Any other questions? Julia, you are our main spokesperson. You got a question? Denise,
Hey.
Denise, no question?
Denise.
Okay,
I mean,
well, question, comment, whatever.
did you ever have a struggle like keeping your grades up?
In high school, yeah, it was terrible. I was bad at high school. I don't even pretended that I was good at high school. I didn't enjoy most of the classes I was taking, so therefore most of my better grades were in my electives. I failed honors something my freshman year. I don't even remember what class it was, and that was a struggle to get back because I didn't enjoy the class, I didn't enjoy the teacher, but I went back and got it done. So I had to take another 2 history classes 1 year or something like that. So yeah, I've had struggles, but it's just how you get through them. I had to meet with my counselor to get another class in there. I don't remember what it was I did. At some point I didn't have electives, I just had classes or something like that.
So it's not easy.
It wasn't easy. No, District 204 is never easy.
So So then how'd you stay on top of it after you were trying to catch up?
I mean, it was something I had to do, so I remember meeting with people. I had a tutor in math for a couple of semesters. I met with teachers. I gave up lunch periods to go do work, stuff like that. So, you know, I couldn't always be social at school. I had to give stuff up to get where I wanted to go because I knew I was graduating.
To a little boy or a little girl that's, you know, goes to school in this area, and they know they have that potential, they have that voice, they have that vision, but they're afraid to release it for whatever reason, what do you say to him or her?
Fear is irrelevant. I mean, anybody could tell you no to whatever you want to do. So if you hear somebody saying that, oh, you shouldn't do that, as long as it's not harmful to you or anybody around you, then you should be not afraid to chase that dream. Hopefully you'll have somebody in your life you can kind of tell it to. Like, I know that I bounce ideas off Markel a lot. Markel bounces ideas off of me a lot. When I was younger, I had other friends that I used to bounce ideas off that still, like, are in my life actively pushing me to make the ideas that I had back when I was, like, in 7th grade a reality. So it's really, you got to surround yourself with some positive people, too. Or try to surround yourself with some positive people, but don't be afraid. Like, if you want to speak, just get up and speak. Like, most people don't like public speaking or anything like that. And I haven't taken this public speaking course or anything like that, but I was like, you know, if Markel has this group, I'm going to try to capitalize and get something together and give it to you guys to practice for myself. This is practice for me. So I can do something bigger later.
That's awesome.
And we appreciate it.
That's good stuff.
Is there anything else?
You have a comment on this?
That's the first.
So we have a goal in this group for our students to maintain or to go from where they are and to increase by 1 letter grade.
Okay.
What feedback can you tell them? I thought you were key when you said cutting out some of the social aspect of the day.
I know definitely cutting out your social. Schedule some time for yourself. Give yourself a little bit of time. I'm in a class right now that I don't think I'm doing too well in because we missed a lot of school. It's been a crazy year down in South Carolina. I don't think I'm doing too well, but I know that if I email my teacher that he'll meet with me. I know that when I go back, I'm going to try to get into some tutoring so I can finish this class. I can do it, but I don't think I can do it on my own. So don't be afraid to go ask for help or go find somebody that can help you with what you're doing.
All right, no one else has any questions?
Editorial, go on.
Hey, so when you were logging how much time you spent on social media, how much time did you come up with?
I never did the total because I got so tired of writing every time I went on Twitter that I filled up about 3 pages of a little notebook. So that's about the size of that little fold. Can you raise that little white piece of paper? Yeah, I filled up about 4 or 5 pages of that after like 2 or 3 days. So I never did the total, but I know it was more than about 3 hours. And that's just small stuff, like little minutes add up. But when you're not doing anything, it really adds up.
That's really good. Those little minutes, y'all get some work done.
Yeah, I mean, because I know I go from Facebook to Instagram to Facebook to Instagram.
That's basically what my chart looked like. It's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
And I know grown people who stay on Facebook. You hear that?
What you say?
He's saying that if it's not, if you're not on there for too long, it's just entertainment. Is
It
that
becomes a
problem?
habit. That's what's wrong with it. Because these little things that you do become a habit. I read a book about it about a month ago. If you add up your small stuff, it becomes a habit. If you eat, if you're trying to lose weight and you cut one small thing out of your diet, it won't show up 6 months from now. It won't show up a year from now. But a year and 6 months from now is when you'll really start to see results. So when you add up those little minutes, a year and 6 months from now, if you spent 60 hours, which is about almost 3 days on those social networks from little stuff, that's 60 hours you could have been spent doing something else with your time. And so it's not the little entertainment minutes, because there's nothing wrong with it. You can check it whenever you want to. I can't control that, but you should want to control that so you can get more done. I knew that if I didn't write this last night, but I spent all night looking at what other people are doing at their colleges that I don't even attend, then I wouldn't get this done and I wouldn't be here right now. So it's the small stuff.
right, let's give Dylan a hand, a big. All right, Dylan, awesome, awesome, awesome.